water, earth, fire, air. Long ago, these four nations lived in harmony until one day the Fire Nation attacked. Oh my God, I can't believe it's here. Hey everyone, I'm the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Veve, Omi, Definity, Dacat, Devve, Fias update video, but mostly Avatar. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing that super thanks button down below, super chats as well. And we got Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't even care what happened with Star Wars this morning. We'll take a look at it. But I feel like those announcers are just like, I don't even care about this. Let's go back to Scott Starling. This is very, very exciting. I get a Clever Jerk shoots me a text message like, hey, you know, look at this, and I look at, and it goes to his status, and I was like, Avatar, and I was like, is this real? So I'm like on the phone, I give him a call, and then as it's ringing, I go to app.vv.me because I was like, well, it's probably not on the app, but it might be. And then, long story short, yeah, it was real. And he answers like, oh my God, it's real. Oh my gosh, 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 oh my gosh. And I don't know if they meant to. So there were some things definitely wrong with that. Like, I don't think they were supposed to leak that. I don't want to say leak. I don't think they were supposed to post that or have it available over on the website, because it said that the like additions, like the placeholder for like the drop was like today at 11, and like, okay, well, that clearly didn't happen. That was, Star Wars. We had one of the troopers, I guess. Actually got one of the troopers. Now, I get that there's a lot of product out there and there's not a ton of people here, but people were selling. I have it on like my most recently bought. I got, it's like one of the Star Wars things for like under $1. It's like a collectible. And I was like, this is cool. Like, it was one of those Death Troopers. There was like, thousands of them. But for under $1, I was like, yeah, I'll get it. Anyway, we go to, what were we talking about? I just forget. Something about Avatar. Yeah, like, so today we had the troopers. And let's see how much that made. It's been a couple hours now since it has dropped. Coming soon. The Death Troopers Series 2. The editions are $900, so it'll be $9,500. All right. All right. I think it's probably one of the least coveted Star Wars drops that we've had here. And even still, $9,500 for something that, to be honest, they all kind of look so. I feel like one of those old people where they're listening to a song, it's like, oh, all their songs sound the same. And it's like, no, they're completely different. Now, like the Death Trooper pistol crouching and the Death Trooper E11D crouching, like I know that is different because the thing with the eye and the thing with the gun and but that looks very, very similar. Like, I know it's, I know they're different. Again, look at the weapon, and then look at the, but still, it looks like, you take away the names, I don't know which one's which. Also, there are $2,000 bounty on the 1977 for any one of these uncommon, if you have it. But it's not going to be redeemed for all three. Whoever contacts Comics and Crypto first, they get it. But it is for all three. Like, whoever, like, it's going to be for either one, and whoever's the first person to bring it up, they're the ones that get the bounty. The others will not get it. But anyway, I thought that was cool. But yeah, they had the edition drop, or they had the Avatar looking like it was dropped today at 11. It's like, okay, that doesn't make sense. And the other one was 2005 editions. It looks like I had to screenshot a couple of these. I didn't know if they seem to have taken it down since then. They seem to have taken it down since then. So you can go and like kind of look, and it still kind of shows it there. But once you click on it, it gives you an error 404. So it doesn't give you the details. But it does say that. So they're keeping 50 and 2005 because it appeared in 2005. So I'm probably going to put like I'll probably put $1,000 bounty on the 2005. Comics and Crypto is probably gonna like way overshoot it and be like $5,000 bounty. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do. I'll do the first one. I'll be all right. $1,000 bounty on the 2005. Because this is Avatar. Like, and oh my god, it looks so good. How much did they say these are going to be? I don't think it said. It's going to be $50, $40. I don't know. Like we don't know how much like the pricing is going to be. I might have been able to find it, and then I didn't. After a minute, so I think Mark Quinn posted a video. Actually, let's see. Because shit, I didn't mean to click that message. Sorry. All right, Mark. He's got a video that he posted. Oh, it'd be $40. All right. So it's gonna be $40 per one. Okay, all right. Be a nice $70,000. Good for him. Good for Veve. Eagle saying check first. Check, mic check. Meow. Ben in Korea, thanks for being a member, says damn. Second. Pilgar says what? Third, I know. Avatar. Cordial Goat Slayer says cripes. Fourth. Kuma saying what's going on? What's up? You were number 5 and Incorrigible Goat Slayer. Actually, you were number 4. I scoop. Into 2026 Ultra Rare Incredible Hulk 180, the first true appearance of Wolverine. Yeah, that is his cameo in the comics. Cameo versus full crap. Full is crap argument. Very low mint run. Iconic book. Veve did the Ultra Rare version cover right. You know. It does look very good. Yeah, I know. So yeah, I keep getting text messages all day. US and Israel bombed Iran a lot, and Iran responded how you'd expect them to, by missiles everywhere. Remember that episode in Pokemon where Ash is trying to get the volcano badge from Blaine, and then Team Rocket's trying to have these rocket launchers but make it go super cold, like they launch cold missiles, because if a lava gets frozen too quickly, it explodes. Ash makes a joke about that, like it'll be a snow cone, and then Blaine is like, "This isn't a riddle, you barnacle head." He doesn't say barnacle head. But anyway, Meowth is like, "Freeze blast the whole place! Freeze blast the whole place!" Iran is basically doing the same thing. Like, all right, fire missiles everywhere for everyone. And one of the volleys of missiles, which most of them towards military bases, have been intercepted. So that was good. Unfortunately, there's been a bunch of other civilian places around there that were not intercepted. I don't know casualty count or death count, but that's not good. Anyway, one of the places that they had attacked was Ali Al Salam in Kuwait, where I was. So they got a little action there. They'll get some hostile fire, imminent danger pay. Listen, coming from the perspective of a military vet, especially one that served over there, I bet you they're all pumped. Like, let's fucking go. Like if they if they took out the coffee, the internet, or like now they're getting hostile fire, imminent danger pay on places that like Al Udeid was known as like Cupcake Land in Qatar, right? Because like they have a bar over there. Like Kuwait's a dry country. Like Kuwait sucks. We love our friends in Kuwait, brothers, but it is hot. It is sandstormy. You're not allowed to drink outside during Ramadan. I mean like drink water in Ramadan, because you have to observe the local laws, and you can't, again, no alcohol in the entire country. So that I had a very rough time with that. Anyway, you go through that, yeah. The hot fire, imminent danger pay. On top of being tax-free, every troop right now is like winning. They are going to milk that. That's going to be on EPR. It's going to be on everyone's bullets. Also, we like to write things on missiles. I don't fire the missiles. I wasn't a pilot, but I'd be damn sure if I didn't fucking load them. Anyway, where else were we here? Oh, my boy. saying looking for 60 Akomi coin for the digital, match my red and silver. Oh, be advised, only like 230 of those were minted. The owner has until August, or whoever, they have until August, because yeah, that's a thing. Yeah. So you might not get it. It's hard. Oh God, guys, this is not World War III. This is just going to be a quick. Okay, cool. Hold on. I might be buying some comics here, which I don't even want to at this point anymore, because I need to save for Avatar, and we don't know when this is going to be. Maybe they just meant to shoot. Ready, Freddy. I'm buying some comics here. Yeah, maybe we get a. I don't know what we get. We get an article today, maybe. I don't know. We were waiting to see. I was hoping Veve would comment, but they have not yet, which is fine. Which is fine. They didn't need to comment. They have what the heck? Oh, okay. Sorry. Give me one sec, guys. They didn't need to comment. They have a bunch of other stuff going on, I assume, especially with this reverse merger that we're still waiting on as well. The news, whether that went through or didn't go through, or it's delayed, or again, yeah, 6-7. I get it. We'll see. Also got the mint 228 Michael Jackson Veve Comics. Yeah. There's a number. I think there's a couple hundred that have been minted so far. I don't know if they got a. I don't know if they got how many of them are going to be minted, but yeah, they were like $20 each to mint. So we'll see if they if that actually sells out, which it might. It might. We're not sure yet. But yeah. Randy didn't understand. Wait, looking for 60 Akomi coin for digital match to match my red and silver. Sorry, Randy didn't. Wait, what am I not understanding? You're looking for the number 60 Akomi coin for the digital match to my red. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if that was minted yet. If it was minted, by all means. But if it wasn't, then I don't know if it's going to be minted. Because it seems like everyone that wanted to mint it has already minted. So we'll see. We have to call the other people back. Anyway, Avatar. What's so important about this? For those that don't know, if you're not in the know, and y'all should be, this is probably the greatest cartoon that Nickelodeon has ever come out with. I loved Rugrats. I loved Angry Beaver. Rugrats still holds up. That's still pretty good. Angry Beavers, not so much. I still love it. Doesn't hold up. Hey Arnold still holds up. Amazing. Oh shoot. Give me one sec. Oh shoot. Tehran City Council reported that son-in-law and daughter-in-law of Iran's supreme leader has been killed. I don't know what they had to do with this, but they also closed the Strait of Hormuz. Damn, the son-in-law and daughter. Okay, so I don't know what they had to do with any of this, but yeah, we're gonna see some unintended consequences here. We're probably gonna see we've already seen a little bit of blowback. Again, I am not. Okay, give me one sec. I am not gonna sit here and say that no fear mongering on this channel. I don't think this has. Out of all the potential paths that lay before us, the one path toward like World War III, like I don't think we are going down that road. I think there's many other roads that are much more likely course of action that the world takes, and it's probably, in my opinion, not war secretary war advice here, but be advised, there were like 5 new wallets created on Polymarket yesterday, and they all put in like $100,000 or 500. Basically, everyone was betting, and it looks like insider trading on when the U.S. was going to attack Iran, because they all put yesterday attack by the 28th, and one wallet made like $500,000, and it's like, so somebody knew something. That's going to get that is the quickest way to get regulated, investigated. That is Anywho, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. And you know what? We've seen this before, even in Avatar. In Avatar, we've gone and seen, again, Fire Nation attacks. Again, back to that. Hey Arnold, again, one of my favorites, still holds up. Fairly Odd Parents, contingent on the episode. The Jimmy Timmy Power Hour was good. The even Jimmy Neutron, like some of that holds up. Sheen is great, but Avatar: The Last Airbender, easily the highest rated cartoon that Nickelodeon's ever done. I would say even on Cartoon Network as well, like Adventure Time, fantastic. Steven Universe, I heard, was really good. Courage the Cowardly Dog, we all love. But I can't remember a single cartoon on Cartoon Network. Now, obviously, Cartoon Network did start showing Pokemon years later, and that's obviously, again, no competing with that. But aside from that, like, this is probably the best cartoon that has been put out by Nickelodeon. I would say even Cartoon Network. And I know the people that love Scooby-Doo, like, what's new Scooby-Doo? I loved. Simple Plan, I love. All of these things, 100,000%. But yeah, the idea of any other cartoon, the only one that was close is, I would say, Gravity Falls. Now, Gravity Falls is probably the best cartoon that Disney Channel had ever put out. Obviously, not including like the animated, like Lion King and, you know, Elf, Frozen, like all of that, the movie stuff. But the actual long series running cartoon, Disney probably would have been Gravity Falls. So good. But, and again, that's amazing. But Avatar is just a bit above that. And I love Mabel. I love Grunkle Stan. But fudge, Avatar is just the best. And when you take a look at what people are going to want to buy, I already put $1,000 bounty on the 2005 Aang. And what they're doing, give me one sec here. I'm trying to do this deal. Is the only price going up or down? Only price is going up. Why are you charging me more? Okay. There we go. So for average, yeah, I already put $1,000 bounty on this, and there's only 1,950 of these. So there's going to be people that mint a couple of times. See, I don't know if I want to wait, because like I could easily just mint 10 of those for $100, and it's like, well, I could have just waited for the number 2005, spent 1,000 not having minted. But that's also, I believe there's going to be a bigger bounty on that as well, because, you know, it will. I think Comics and Crypto definitely have one. I don't know, like Draco seems to be like a Gen Xer. He seems to be buying the TMNT. He seems to be buying the, you know, the Boba Fett. So I think he's a little older, probably in his 40s or 50s. But this is my shit. Came out when I was like 14. What I really like that they did, especially with Legend of Korra, is that like if you were Aang's age, like if you were Aang's age when the show came out, you were now Korra's age, like when Korra comes out. So I was obviously a little bit older. I was already kind of an adult. And I guess, you know, if Mako and Bolin, they're like his police officer, and Korra's like, I think Korra's like 16, maybe. I don't know. You know, she obviously dates Mako, and like they're still kids, but they're like young adults, you know. I think it would have come out like 2009 or something. No, 2012. I don't know. I think I was in my 20s. It finished when I was in the military, which was great. Anyway, then they're doing it right. They don't have, it's not like, okay, Aang's the common, you know, Topsy uncommon, Sokka's rare, you know, Iroh's secret rare, Katara's ultra rare. Like, they're not doing that. Not in one drop. They're doing it like, okay, who wants Aang? And we're all going to line up for Aang. Freaking Twinkle Toes. Oh, speaking of which, by the way, like I'm going to stack Toph. Now they're probably not going to have Toph until later, because in season 1, it's really like kind of the trio. It's Aang, Sokka, Katara. They probably have Appa and Momo. Appa's a big air bison, and oh my gosh! So again, he's an air nomad pet, and should I start from the beginning? It's in the story. Like 100 years before the story, there was the Avatar who was meant to be keeper of the peace. He was able to bend all elements. There are, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of people in Avatar world. No, I don't know, 20% of them, 10, 15%, 10, 15%, they're benders. And benders, there's water benders. Now, not everyone that's in the water tribe is a water bender. They have their own version of martial arts if you're not, but there's benders and non-benders. Then there's earth, fire, air. Air was just peace, kind of like hippie people, but they're monks. And then you had the Hitler type person. You had Fire Lord Ozai. He's voiced by Mark Hamill, actually. I didn't know that until years later. I was like, shit, Luke Skywalker. He goes in, they launch a giant attack on the Air Nation, and they did it on Sozin's Comet. So in a full moon, Waterbenders' powers become greater. And in eclipse, Firebenders' power is just completely sucked away. They takes away their firebending. So they get their bending from the sun. But on a this thing called Sozin's Comet, when a comet comes in, like firebending power is amplified. So they wait for Sozin's Comet, their power is amplified, they roll through the Air Nation, with the exception of, I think it's Monkey Atsu. I forget what monk it is. He was so strong that as soon as firebenders came into his chambers, sucked the oxygen right out of their lungs, and they just for monks that teach peace, and Aang was a little bit of a bitch about this. My problem with Aang, he doesn't kill people. And should you want to kill people? No. Should you have the ability? Yes, you absolutely should. There are fucking monsters in this world, and you need to be a bit of a monster yourself to ward off other monsters. That's why girls like dangerous guys, because of that reason. Anyway, he goes in, and it was awesome. Anyway, they annihilate the air bending ocean, but Aang, scared that he was going to be the next Avatar, he took his air bison, they run away. It's a giant storm. He locks himself into an ice bubble thing, and then he's gone. And part of the reason the Fire Nation attacked the Air Nation is because the next Avatar was going to be an air, because it goes in cycles. It goes, air, water, earth, fire, and the last one was fire. So it's like, okay, the next Avatar after the fire one dies is going to be an air one. So as soon as one dies, another one is born. And you have to wait X amount of time. You could probably know, I think, as soon as they're ready to bend at like 10. I think Aang was like, you can bend when you're, I don't know, 5. I think Korra was like 6, and she was bending like everything except for like air. Anyway, he's scared about it. He doesn't want to be the next Avatar. Too much responsibility. He locks himself in the ice bubble. So now, after that, there's like, okay, where's the Avatar? Like they're assuming the Avatar's dead, right? They assume that they killed him or her in the raid, and then 16, 20, 30, 50, 80 years go, again, 100 years go by, no new Avatar. So it's like, there's no reports of, like, as if you kill the Avatar in the Avatar state, it ends the cycle, and then there's no more Avatar. And then give me one sec. Then there's no more Avatar. So that's what the Fire Lord was worried about. He's like, okay, the Avatar is the only one that could really defeat me, even though Boomy the Airbender, Iroh the other fire, but like there's a bunch of other benders that probably could have also defeated Fire Lord Ozai. But anyway, they go in and they have this. Actually, it also wasn't Ozai that attacked the firebenders. It was like his grandfather or something. And Ozai is just the next in line, carrying out that very racist tradition. Oh, we got the 777 on MJ. Nice. What are your thoughts on Wendy's latest podcast with Charles Hoskins? Wendy O, crypto? Sounds like a great opportunity to get her back on your podcast with no connection between Midnight Cardano. Definitely. I don't think Wendy O Crypto was ever on the podcast. I also forgot I was supposed to buy a bunch of these things. Give me one sec. Recap, gonna be my year. Give me one sec. I have to make sure this purchase registration on Veve goes through. Okay, it did. You said Wendy O? Is it crypto? I don't know her name. It's okay, it's crypto Wendy O. And I guess she was on, said Charles Hoskinson? Charles Hoskinson's podcast. I'm not seeing it on her place, but yeah, I mean, I did talk to her once. Okay, yeah, so Privacy with Midnight look like, yeah, actually, maybe I should go and, I mean, I'd rather just get Charles on, but yeah, maybe I could get one or both. So Wendy, I talked to once. She was part of the Squid Grow community, and back in the day, I had messaged her on Telegram. I was like, "Hey, you're part of Squid Grow. You know, I'm writing the comic that Squid Grow is going to be in. You know, they're telling me like so you're going to be a squid, like, you know, obviously." And she's like, "Yeah, yeah, I you know, support." I was like, "Okay, so the character, I'm gonna have you and Squid Grow Joe, I think was his name. I was like, I'm gonna have you guys be like married, like king, and she's like, no, 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 no. I'm just a supporter. I'm just gonna be their support. I was like, oh, okay. And thank God, because it was really hard to try to write for those characters, and then eventually it came so that they weren't really supporting the cat at all, and we just like, okay, well, we're gonna kind of rewrite this, and I'm gonna, instead of having somebody else in there, we just had like, instead of them being squids, I was like, okay, they're mollusks now, and they're Manny and Maria the mollusk instead of Joe and Wendy. Um, and now, thank God, those, now the rulers are not a king; they're still a king and queen, but they're not a married king and queen. It's a brother and sister royalty duo, and that I thought was really interesting. You don't really see that often. I can't think of a time where you do see it, and and now there are characters because I created them, so that was really fun. But I think from that, like, that's like, I think Wendy's only impression of me, and she might just see me as like, okay, here's this weird dude that wanted me to be married in this weird fan fiction with Squid Grow Joe. I didn't want to do it. I was just told like, hey, they're like, these are the characters involved. Here's where they are. Go write it. Okay, and so I had to, you know, talk to everyone like, hey, like, this is what your character is going to be, blah blah blah, and then and she just like opted out. I was like, okay, you know, no problem. And then long story short, it just been that. But anyway, I feel like that's her only impression of me. So I don't know if I could get her on. Um, but yeah, the Midnight and Cardano stuff. I'm sure you know that they partnered with Bloomsbury Money, sister company of DMA Link. Both of them use Definity token as their main utility token. Let's actually take a look at what Definity's doing right now. And you know what, I'm, don't want to say I'm like surprised, but a lot of alts are kind of holding up. Like everything, like when we bombed Iran at like 3 a.m. this morning, 10 and a half hours ago, uh, Bitcoin and ETH took a, you know, but a lot, and even OMI went down to like 0001. It was like 115. I wound up getting some at like 118. It's, but the rest like kind of just stayed where it is or was, and but yeah, so Definity has a really good connection there. I would like to talk with, I did message her once on X. Just give me one second here as well. I just got to finish something up. Meow 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 two. Meow 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 meow. Meow. Yes, continue. All right. This is good. This is very good. Definity is one of those that when I get some money in March, I'm going to buy a bit of it. It's mostly going to be, I think, OMI. Maybe it won't be. I mean, I want to save some to buy like actual like Veve shares. I don't think any of these are going to be voting shares. Even if they are, I'm going to have so little of them percentage wise compared to what Veve is worth, because you have, and I don't know what Veve is going to be worth, especially now because the government's like declared war on like Claude, and obviously Veve I don't think was using Claude. Fias was using Claude. They still are, and it's still a superior product. They're not changing anything. But you've seen a lot of these tech companies, particularly in SaaS companies, that just, okay, they were trading at a 30x revenue, it's going down to 15x because of a lot of stuff that's going on with AI. And you would think that, okay, when is that going to affect other tech companies that have these typically high margins, that trade at this higher multiple? When are you going to see that go down? And with Veve, it's a crapshoot because we don't know what they're valued at. We don't know what they would be traded at based on their free cash flow, based on their earnings and revenue multiple. So I'm not going to be able to figure out what I would value at and then what Wall Street values it at. Plus you have just the network here. And what are they going, like Blue Sky, what are they going to be worth in 5-10 years versus what they're worth now? And I think everyone's going to miss that. And how do you go in? And so again, also, this isn't to say that Veve's not working with AI, because I believe they are. I don't know. I don't think they have their own agent or anything. I don't think they have their own company, but they're, and again, this is why I think the product lead left, or was asked to leave, a week or two ago, because now they can start doing things at a much cheaper cost. And at some point, like obviously now it looks like they're kind of letting people go in order to effectively grow and scale the company. But at some point, they're going to want to step on the gas, and they're going to want to put even more money into that to get more work done. They do need the users for that, though, which we don't have yet, but I believe we will. I think I have. So to get your, okay, Crypto Wendio, I think I have tried to message her. Yeah, it was in February 2024. It says, hey, I hear you have good things to say about Squid Grow. Pro the Doge just came on the show recently. We talked about it a bit. Would you like to come on and get further in depth about it? Other things too, obviously. Sometimes I'll double text or double message. I'll never triple message or triple text. So I mean, yeah, I don't have a. I guess she has another place where it says the contact. Real Wendio does her fun account. Maybe I could contact that and see if she wants to come on. That could be cool. I'll let you know. Aldadero says, I hope they do the M. Night versions. I do not understand why people troll like that. Because that version, there are many reasons to hate M. Night Shyamalan and some reasons to love him. But this is definitely one of the reasons why we hate him. Because I feel like he just cared not for the IP. I feel like he's just like, yeah, let's just make a really fucking retarded movie with people that you're like, the Fire Lord in that movie, no one is intimidated by that guy. Like there is 0 people that I know that would be intimidated by that soft, pudgy, 30% fat fudger. Now, again, he was in Live Free or Die Hard with Bruce Willis and Justin Long, and he was good in that. I liked him in that. That was cool. But as Fire Lord freaking Ozai, no. And also the penis hair that they had. If you know, you know. Yeah, no. Assume that was a joke. If so, it was a poor one. Digital says, looking to sell that number 777 Michael Jackson. Oh gosh. Fucker. All right, hold on. Sorry, on a show and getting distracted. Haha. I'm trying to do like 8 million things at once, and of course people are just like, yeah, I know we had an appointment at this time, but I could be 20 minutes late because fuck you. And is Kamini dead? Bro. Oh, why did my transaction fail? Stacker is good. Stacker is great. But sometimes it sucks. I can't, like, when I go and I buy something, I can't leave the window. I can't exit out and message other people and do other things. It just, you know, I just farted. So sorry. When I found out we had Avatar: The Last Airbender, I just I ordered 2-for-1 deal chicken sandwiches from Popeyes. I enjoyed the heck out of those. No pickles because they're gross. Obviously kept the mayo. I didn't add any cheese or bacon or anything, but yeah, as soon as I saw that we had these, I celebrated. I got 2 chicken sandwiches. I had an iced tea. It was delicious. It was like an Arnold Palmer, so it was lemonade, iced tea. Those things are like freaking crack. I stopped drinking like 2-ish weeks ago, and I am feeling it. So I need another vice, and I don't know what that is yet. Also, as you could tell, my pull-up bar broke doing pull-ups yesterday, and then it just so I just finished my workout at the gym, which is fine. But yeah, that was a thing and a half I had to do. And then I had like a meeting. It was a crazy day yesterday. Like as soon as I came back, I had to. Anyway, we were talking about Avatar, the story. One day, Sokka, a water tribe, he's like 14, he's a kid, but he's a man. He went through some of their trials. He's learned like their version of martial arts, and he's good. He's taking his sister on a fishing trip, and in like the boat, he's just like, looking at his guns, and it's cool. They see this iceberg, him and his sister Katara, who we love. She's there's some that don't like her, but there's some that I understand. I love her. I love all, like, there are the characters that you don't like, you're kind of not supposed to like the characters that are just like, I hope this person dies. You're supposed to feel that way. But for her, and we'll get to the stuff that she that she goes through and she says and does, and it's great. Katara waterbends it, and it's a boy, and he's got an air bison. It's like air bison. Like, I thought these died out long ago with like the air nomads, and I guess I forget if they find out that he's an airbender. Yeah, they know that he's an airbender the first time they meet him. They don't know that he's the Avatar yet. And Aang doesn't know that the Air Nation was wiped out. He just thinks that a couple days had passed because he leaves, he runs away with Appa. He gets caught in a storm, gets in that thing. So he doesn't know his entire family, nation, people are gone, destroyed. He's like, oh no, my my friends are there. Go to the air temple, and they're like, bro, they dead. Like they're gone. And he's like refusing to like believe it. But they have a good time penguin sledding, which seems really fun. And then they have there's like a Fire Nation people that they like kind of kick the crap out of, and then they decide to go to the Northern Water Tribe to get Aang some training. And Katara has these like little scrolls that she uses to learn waterbending. A lot of women in the Water Nations are used as just healers. Men are the warriors, women are the healers. Her dad is actually like some type of general or chief, in the Southern Water Tribe. And is he a bender? I can't remember if he's a bender or not. Sokka's not a bender. But they go in and they go to the Northern Water Tribe. I think on the way there, they stop by an air temple, and Aang's just like, fuck. Because again, all his people are dead. But they go to Northern Water Tribe, and they meet, I forget her name because she's only in a couple episodes. Sokka's first love interest. Sokka. Why did this transaction fail? But Sako's first love, Yue. Yue is her name. And there's these little like koi fish. Why are my transactions failing? Stacker, I know I have enough Omi. But for whatever reason, it is deciding to fail on me. Be my ear. Okay, hold on. I got a lot of text messages. Kamini was supposed to speak over an hour ago. His compound was hit. His son-in-law and daughter-in-law are confirmed dead. There's still no sign of him, no speech, no proof of life. So I guess they're wondering if he's gone, if they got him too. I haven't checked Twitter in a minute. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Tesla. 20% of the world's oil passes through the choke point every day. Iran controls the entire northern coastline of the Strait of Hormuz. So they can sit right on top of one of the most critical energy arteries on the planet. U.S. and Israeli strikes hitting Iran and Iran firing back across the Gulf. This is definitely the map everyone needs to be watching right now. Agreed. Agreed. Hold the heckin' phone. That's a lot of fire, isn't it? That's actually a Avatar: The Last Airbender reference. Toph, who is we'll get to Toph. We will get to my favorite Earthbender in the world, like the best. Oh my God, she's best character. She is the best character. She's not in the first season, so that's a little rough. But yeah, they go to the Northern Water Tribe. The old man over there is very sexist, and he's like, "I'm not teaching a girl. F you." So he teaches Aang because he's the Avatar, and then Aang at night teaches Katara. But before they get there, he's like a faster learner. He learns quicker than Katara, and she's like, F you. Anyway, they get over it, and Aang teaches her the stuff that the chief of the Northern Temple Tribe teaches him. He gets mad, and Katara's like, all right, you think girls can't bend? Fight me. And he's like, what? He's like, fucking fight me. And then dude's like, I'm not fighting a girl. He's like, you chicken? And then he's like, all right, don't say I didn't warn you. And I'm expecting Katara to get like slapped, right? She's like kind of this, I don't say beginner, but you know. But she doesn't. She puts up a great fight, and it's a really cool scene. And it's like, but she winds up losing, kind of. And then he notices the necklace that she has on her is like, my grandma gave it to me. And he's like, my first love gave me this. So it was like her grandma's like lover back in the day, and maybe potential her mom was a bastard child. I don't know. Anyway, also her mom died in like a fire bending raid. They were looking for the Avatar, or they were looking for benders in general. And then she's like, yes, I'm the, and they just killed her. And Katara brings it up a lot. So that's one of the reasons people are like, everyone's having a good time. My mother's dead. Like, kill the vibe. It's like the Debbie Downer episode of Saturday Night Live where the lady's like, it's official. I can't have children. Sometimes that's what Katara's like. Not all the time, though. Most times I love her. But yeah, there's a complaint about her. Anyway, he winds up saying, like, because I guess he was simping for her grandma or whatever, is like, yeah, I'll teach you. Like that, like, big 180 he did. Anyway, they leave, they go through other stuff, they go to another water tribe, and then that's where Sokka finds Yue. They fall in love, they kiss. Something happens with a koi, and she turns into the moon. So that's a weird one. She has to replace the koi fish. She turns into the moon. Avatar Aang. Now he only knows airbending at first, right? And then he learns waterbending. The Fire Nation ships are about to like blitzkrieg this water tribe, and Aang is just like, F you. Creates a tidal wave, 90 feet tall, 350 feet tall, destroys these fire ships, and it's just like, my God, it was dope. I don't know if he was in the Avatar state. I think he was in the Avatar state when he did this. And just super powerful bender. Super powerful bender. It was so good. I don't know what else happens during season one. It's been quite a long time since I've seen it, but it's so good. Anyway, so Aang has Appa, who is a air bison, and the air bison is all the pets um, that the monks used to have. They were wiped out as well. Well, they weren't actually, because in Legend of Korra, they somehow bring them back through cloning, maybe, I don't know. But there's a bunch of little Appa, the air bison puppies, and they're so freaking cute. Oh my goodness, I need air bison puppies. So what we'll get from Avatar here, obviously Aang. You're gonna get Katara. You're gonna get Sokka. You're probably gonna get Zuko, and Zuko might be too, because he has like he's blue mask Zuko with his twin blades, and then there's Prince Zuko. He has a scar on his face because his father he was like his father's not right hand man, but crown prince, and he's got a crazy sister that is like she 100% got the genes of like insanely talented bender, super racist against anyone that's not Fire Lord. Like you can be black or brown and be Fire Nation and feel like, yeah, you're cool, you're with me. But if you're Earthbender, like Waterbender, no, inferior, don't deserve to breed. Eugenics the crap out of them all, right? So she gets the crazy, very, very Hitler-like gene, like the super high in disgust, high in very orderly, very conscientious. She's very, very good at what she does, and you got to give the devil their due. And holy crap, you have to give her due. Zuko is also fairly talented, but he, his mom was cool. His mom was good. His mom was loving, and he got some love. And then his mom supposedly died, maybe got taken away. More on that much later. But then he's sitting in like a war room, and the Fire Lord Ozai is like, all right, Earth Nation, they're next. We're gonna fucking kick the crap out of them. And Zuko's like, I don't know if you should really do that. And then Dad's like, did you just defy me? Just defy me in public? And yeah, I get it. You got to support the family in public, but there's a war room, right? And he's like, all right, Agni Kai. Agni Kai is just like a duel, almost to the death, not to the death, but it's a duel between two firebenders, and like you settle an argument. And Zuko's like, you're my dad. I don't want to fight you. Weakness, and then just fire blast to the face. Zuko gets pretty scarred. And that's like kind of how he's known. He's got this also weird ass haircut. He like shaved all of it except for this small thing. He's got a ponytail coming out of it. It gets better in the later seasons, but he looks like he was in the middle of a transition and he just said, fuck it, I'm just gonna stop halfway through. Anyway, he's tasked to like he's banished, and he can only return to the Fire Nation if he finds the Avatar. And to go with him, it was his uncle Iroh, the Fire Lord's brother. Uncle Iroh is quite possibly one of the best parts of like he is one of the best written characters. I don't know if I could say that. He's just so good. And he's in Legend of Korra too. He's all very nice, and he likes to make tea, and he gives good advice. He lost a son in the war years ago, and that was hard on him. So he kind of sees Zuko as like a surrogate son, and it's cool. Like he teaches Zuko like everything. Like Zuko has Zuko is hell-bent on finding the Avatar, bringing him to his dad so that the Avatar can be put in the Avatar state so he can die, to break the cycle, so the Fire Lords can win the war forever. And like he's hell-bent on doing it. He doesn't give a crap who the Avatar is. Like, yeah, I just want to. He's so selfish at this point in time. It's like he recognizes that when he finds the Avatar, that he's a kid. Like he's a 12-year-old kid, and he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna take this kid, and I'm gonna bring him to my dad so that he could torture him until he goes into the Avatar state, so he can kill him. He's like this is very hardcore. And then eventually the uncle kind of takes a while, couple seasons. Like, yeah, we're you know, makes him a much better person. And Zuko finds his own way. He does certain things. Anyway, you have Aang, Sokka, Katara. You'll probably have Zuko. I hope you have Iroh. And you might have Appa 6, and you might even have Momo. Momo's a little lemur type thing that can fly. It's pretty cool. I guess you have Suki. Suki is a they find her. She's in an earthbender nation, but she is what's called a, not the Dai Li. The Dai Li are separate in the Earth Nation, and we'll get to them later. Okay, Suki. What the hell is she is a Kyoshi warrior. Okay, that's what she was. So Suki, like they find her, and Sokka learns the ways of the Kyoshi warriors. They're all women, and Sokka, is not. So they're like, and then yeah, they like each other, and it's implied that they hook up. It's implied that they get that bread. And yeah, we love her. We might get her too. She's great. Azula we might get at some point, and I don't know if I really want her. Barlord Ozai, he's Mark Hamill, so maybe, Eagle saying, make me an offer. Can't refuse, only. Yeah. Go on, guys. Get that bread. Scoot. Chavi's right here. What is massive? Oh my gosh. Hang on. Elon Musk X launches timeline filter feature. Oh, politics, sports, business, and finance. Very good. There's a small little buy for Definity. Oh, I also forgot that I was trying to buy some more of these things, these comics here. I'll tell you what I'm buying in a minute. Why are these transactions failing? This is not what I want. Okay. Season 2. You get Toph, the last piece of Team Avatar. He needs an earthbending teacher. The first appearance of Toph is technically in this swamp. We don't like it. The swamp episode is boring. I'm not a fan. Again, Avatar is one of the highest rated shows, like cartoons, like ever. And it's well deserved. But there's a couple of episodes, the Cave of Two Lovers, the Swamp episode. There's a thing with Jet that Katara might have a thing with, and we don't really know. And that's, whatever. And the Swamp is one of those episodes. But when we meet her, it's amazing. Why? Because, again, Aang's looking for a earthbending teacher. And he's like, hey, there's an earthbending tournament. Let's go. Maybe my teacher's here. And they go, and it's like a WWE type of like thing where everyone's like, yeah, like this one guy is called the Boulder. He's meant to be like a Rock type of character, like the Rock, like Dwayne the Rock Johnson. And then he's beaten all of these people. And Sokka gets super into it. Like he cheers who he's supposed to cheer for. He boos who he's supposed to boo for. He boos Aang, and Katara's like, don't boo Aang. And anyway, the Boulder is about to fight for the title from the Blind Bandit. Like, who's the Blind Bandit? It's a girl. She can't really be blind, can she? And then the Boulder's like, the Boulder has conflicting feelings on fighting the small girl. Then you don't have to fight the Pebble. And then he's like, the Boulder is over his confliction. Like he's about to bring the hurt on the top. And she she kicks the crap out of him in like 3 moves, and Aang is just like, you're coming home with me. He's like, you're gonna be my earthbending teacher, and she's like, beat me in a fight, and I'll teach you. I was like, okay. So Toph, because she's blind, she feels in the ground. Like when you, what's that? Like you don't hear, I mean, she hears too, but she feels it. And she feels where people are going, and that's how she sees. She learned how to earthbend from the original earthbenders called the Badger Moles. So there's a lot of weird crossbreeding in this show. You have Badger Moles, which are giant things, and they're the original earthbenders. That's how Toph learns how to bend. Like the OG ones, like that's the best way to learn. And she learns because Badger Moles are blind, just like her, so they like spoke the same language. Really cool. And she feels the earth in her feet. And there's other episodes there. So there's polar bear dogs. They're really cool animals. There's actual normal bears, like just bear. There's a circus bear that is in the Earth Nation, which is in like season 3, season 4, whatever. There is no war in Ba Sing Se. Long story. They go to so he wins, but he wins by airbending. You know, like he airbends her out of there. But she calls him Twinkle Toes, and that's where the thing Twinkle Toes comes from, because he's so light on his feet. She's like, light on your feet, Twinkle Toes. Again, she is easily the best character. Like the best character. I love her. I will stack her. I will get a bunch of Toph. But again, we might not get Toph for like a year, because you have so many other characters in season 1. Again, Aang, Katara, Sokka, Zuko, Iroh. Maybe you get Ozai and Azula. That's Zuko's sister. There's other one, like there's some minor characters. Again, Jet's one. I don't really like him. But yeah, it's just awesome. But Toph is, and then again, there's Suki. Then you have Mai and Ty Lee, who are Azula's friends, and they're actually legitimately friends. But then there's one episode where Zuko betrays the Fire Nation, and he's like, I'm gonna find my own destiny, and he joins Team Avatar. And Mai was involved with Zuko. They were, together. And then she's like, hey, you have to have your boyfriend come here so I can like capture him. And she fucks him up. Like she fucks up Azula. And she's just like, I guess I'm more in love with Zuko than I am afraid of you. And it's like, oh, my heart. Oh my gosh, that writing. I love Zuko more than I'm afraid of you. Oh my God, that was brilliant, just heckin' brilliant. Yeah, that was so good. Anyway, Toph comes in, she's the best, and they might not have won the war without her. And that's the kind of a little backstory on Avatar, where you might get some pieces. And Aang, again, one of the most powerful benders in that series. I think he would get a little bit. He would have a hard time in Korra's era, because there's just a lot better bend. Like bending just got better. It's like, take the best boxer from like 1940, he'd get kind of slapped in the 70s. Like they'd slap him around. Same thing with in Avatar again. But Toph, like you have your greats. Like Toph is like the best. Like she discovers metal bending. Like, so there's just air, fire, water, earth. But they kind of go into it a little bit where on a full moon, how I said like the waterbending powers get better? Katara can blood bend. Like she can take the blood inside other people and bend it to her will, and if she wanted to, she could kill everyone. Like the bodies that she could accumulate would be massive. She doesn't, I don't think, There might be a couple that, I mean, people die. Like there is a body count in this, but it's not that big. It's like, you know, so that's kind of an offshoot of water bending, is blood bending. Then there is for fire, you can lightning bend. Basically, you have to catch lightning and redirect it into your body. Do not try this at home, kids. And that was pretty dope. Zuko gets struck by lightning and redirects it, and that was like the greatest thing. And he shows it off to his family, and they're like, "Holy crap!" Because when you're Azula, and I don't know if you have to be super evil for it, but Azula and Firelord Ozai, they can shoot lightning at will. So there is an offshoot of firebending called lightning bending. There's actually another one in Legend of Korra called lava bending. I don't know if that's, I think that's more of an offshoot of earth bending, though. Anyway, the offshoot of earth bending in this one is metal bending. Toph is trapped in the steel cage. Like, they capture Toph somehow, steel cage. And she, it's like, wait a minute. I can feel, or I can see with her feet, hands, the elements of earth that are in this. And she's like, and she gets the hang of it in 2 seconds. And she figures it out. She goes in and she's like, yep, I'm the greatest earthbender in the history of the world, because she figures out how to, oh my gosh, for every 5 times I can buy something on Stacker, there's one time where it just won't let me. I'm going to scroll here. Purchase registration on Veve. Settlement registering on Veve. Please wait. I can't raise my arm any higher. Oh, my back. Hey, that one worked. Huzzah. And then for airbending, you can fly. I mean, you could suck the air out of someone's lungs, but yeah, you could also fly. It's pretty dope. But there's like 2 people that could ever do that, learn how to fly, so don't think that anyone can. We've got some more. U.S. military just released footage of the strikes on Iran. I feel like that is old footage. That's definitely old footage. Oh, hang on. Okay. Damn. They got. Okay, that was impressive. Bitcoin back at 66,000 somehow. Congrats, how it all began. So Adam Weitzman posting a thing on how it all. Dookie Dash? Interesting. He had to he unfollowed a lot of people. He hasn't followed me back yet. He had to unfollow a lot of people when he was hacked, but now he's good. Now he's good. Insane footage from Bahrain. That is insane footage from Bahrain. Paris Hilton says love is in the air. I'm gonna give her some hearts. How it all began. Crypto Nira. Okay, I don't care about that. Posting stuff on the internet. Best Friends Animal Society saying that 2026 Best Friends National Conference set for May 7th through the 9th in Salt Lake City. Join us as shelters, advocates, and volunteers to share life-saving tools. I might actually go to that. May 7th through the 9th. Best Friend. Oh, I might be in Mexico that week. Actually, now I might not. I was supposed to go to Mexico for a friend's birthday, but Mexico's currently on fire, so I don't think I will. I feel like Captain America saying, no, I don't think Khomeini's headquarters is destroyed. Large number of Iranian regime and Revolutionary Guard leaders are eliminated. He didn't say Khomeini is dead. Either Khomeini is dead, Netanyahu isn't ready to confirm it officially yet, or Khomeini survived and Netanyahu is telling you everything except that. U.S. military just confirmed there are 0 American casualties after Iran fired hundreds of missiles and drones at our bases. They're saying damage has been minimal so far, despite the heavy barrage. Get him, USA. Get him. Protect my former base. Starlink, what the heck? Starlink decided that flying taxis deserve better than Spotify cell service, teamed up with Archer Aviation to stuff their high-speed satellite internet straight into the midnight electric air taxis. That's wild. Officially, Scott Colantonio has crossed 100 million OMI, the sale of a secret rare Comey logo. Good for you, Mr. Scott Colantonio. I'll report on that later. We're at a bit over an hour here. I'm gonna have to go to the gym later. 0 casualties, as I reported from the American side, which is great. 100,000 Israelis are stranded abroad as airspace closure grounds flights, airports shut, travelers stuck in Europe, Asia, US may be unable to return home. That is rough. IDF says they just carried out the biggest flyover in their history with around 200 jets hitting more than 500 targets across western and central Iran, taking out missile sites and air defenses in a coordinated strike. That is wild. IDF? No joke. Russia just blasted the U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran as pre-planned and unprovoked act of armed aggression against their sovereign country. Really, Russia? Yeah, I'll tell them. Yeah, Russia, it's kettle calling. You're black. They're demanding the whole campaign stop immediately now that everyone get back to diplomacy right now. So, big words coming from someone that invaded another country. Nobel Prize. Oh my gosh. Awesome to see. Foster Hilt says it was awesome to see the OMI community get some love with the most recent Akomi coin drop on Veve official app. In 24 hours and half the supply has been minted. Incredibly exciting to own a unique piece of Veve history. I need to, yeah. There you go, CENTCOM. CENTCOM releasing some footage. Anyone else part of CENTCOM? No? Was it just me? All right, huzzah. Qatar Prime Minister and EU Foreign Policy Chief discuss Iran attacks. Cool. This is insane. I feel like that's not. Men showing up in the middle of the night demanding to enter a home. I fucking like get your gun and just handle business. That's not how it works. Need warrants. Just launched timeline feature. Okay, there doesn't seem to be any. All right, Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei has reportedly moved to a secure operations room to personally oversee the war effort, just like during the 12-day conflict, according to AI. According to Al Mayadeen, directing the response in real time from a command center. Interesting. They didn't get him. Feel like they would have, but they didn't. Israel dropped 30 bombs on that compound, killed the Supreme Leader's family. Changed the psychological nature of this war entirely, regardless of whether Khamenei himself survived. It seems that he did. He's alive. He just lost members of his immediate family to Israeli bombs. If he's dead, the children watch their spouse die in the same strike. Rip in pasta. Oh my God. 12-year-old girl dies after a bully threw a metal water bottle at her head 10 days earlier. Jesus, man. Singing. All right, anyway, let's pro wrestler. Nice. Sorry. I'm getting distracted over here when I should be buying comics. Trying to buy comics. I'll let you know because I've already bought like 50 of these. The comics that I'm buying is Strange Tales 111. Chavez, I thought you were stacking 110s. I was, lad, I was. But the 110s have all dried up. There's no more. Strange Tales 110s for me to buy, at least not at the price that I was. 110 is first appearance of Doctor Strange. Everyone can be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. A tier comic, awesome. Well, what about 111? Well, it's a B tier comic, not the highest B tier comic, but a lot of times, I don't care what it is, I'll get a B tier comic if it's under $1. 30,000 of them for the 21. For the common, there's 21,000 of them, so there's a lot. And it's first appearance of Baron Mordo, and he's. Oh wait, hold on. And Baron Mordo's, it's a B tier comic. He's in the first Doctor Strange movie. He's all right. But that's it. Like there's not a ton of them, or there's not a ton of fans of him. So let me just all right. How many you got left? The reason why I just got some of these, like I just got them because they were 83 cents. I worked out a deal with the guy. Let me make sure. Okay, we're good. I worked out a deal with the owner. Now the owner is still currently one of the top holders. Says he has 132. He had 187. I just bought 50 of them. I'm going to buy the rest of his for 80 something cents because I guess he needed the money for something. Also water. Oh my god, so good. Oh yeah. So again, sometimes high hanging fruit becomes low hanging fruit, and you're able to work out deals. Now, I assume this guy got it at like $5 or $4, whatever, because he was even trying to sell it at like $1.30, $1.50, and I was like, oh, I'm good. So he's like, okay, I'll do it for 80 something cents, but you have to buy 2 of my other things at like Coolio. Oh, he doesn't want to sell all of them. He only wants to sell 100. So I've grabbed 84 so far. Have I grabbed 80? I feel like I haven't. Yeah, I only have 63. Oh no, yeah, I only have 63. Unless it just hasn't counted the rest of ones that I mean, other people might have bought them as well. And that's why the transactions seem to have failed. Negotiations never took place. Sorry, it's a Star Wars reference. But I'll continue to buy those at 80 something cents. It's a B tier comic for under $1. There's really almost no other ones you can get that are like that. Now again, I don't think he's as popular as, let's say, like America Chavez or Kamala Khan or even like Kate Bishop's first appearance. But again, according to Sleepin, still a B tier comic. Actually, I want to see what Comics and Crypto has it as. They might have it at super low. I feel like I'm not. Okay, no, I went too far. It's supposed to be Strange Tales. Tales of Suspense. Tales of Suspense. What the heck is Strange Tales? Strange Tales 180. Oh, that's Gamora. Okay, this is definitely above it. Okay. Strange Tales 111. It was a bit below Young Avengers, Vengeance 1, All New Marvel Now .1. Strange Tales 111 is at 82. In between, All New is first appearance Black Cat, first appearance Morbius, first appearance X-23, first appearance Hobgoblin. No way is Hobgoblin more popular than this guy. Anyway, I'm going to go buy a couple more. As long as he's listing them, which he is. Huzzah, my good friend. So I'm going to be buying these just because it is. I'm going to continue to. I hope I'm going to buy these. There we go. Here we go. I do what I like to, and I'm free as any daughter. I do what I like to, and I'm laughing how I love you. Dun, 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 dun. You don't got a lot, I don't need a lot. Coffee's only a dime. Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. Buy another one. Also, not bad MCP points. Quarter point for each of them. It's a quarter point for each of them. I mean, I would do so in order to get his, he wanted me to buy like a $30 item or $60 item. And so I got two X-Men #1 rares from him for like $28. They weren't a super good like value buy. They weren't like, oh my God, this is so heavily discounted, I need it. I actually might have even paid a tiny bit of a premium. But it's not like it was like a random collectible that nobody's gonna want. That was an S tier rare comic. There's 1,000 of those. And I just like I I have no problem paying fair market value, even if it was at a bit of a premium, um, for those, just so I could solidify getting 100 of these. He said I wanted to get the rest of his supply. But I think he only wants to do. I'll see if I can get the rest of his supply when he's done here. Excuse me. Now, I don't like the fact that he's like taking a loss on it, but I do like the fact that he is willing to work with me on this. He's happy that I bought those two other items. He's happy that I'm buying the rest of these. So this is about as good a deal as you can get, because a lot of times when you look at negotiations, almost nobody leaves the negotiation happy. But this I'm okay with. I am very okay with this because I had to buy two things that I didn't necessarily want or need or my Sunday, but I did still get some value. Like I paid for it, but I still like it was a fair value trade. And then to get these, to solidify these B tier comics under $1, at 80 cents. And it's if he would have had more, like I would have bought more. Like he has another 87 or 80 something because he had like 180-ish and he gave me 100. I mean, I'm buying them. But also the fact that I was also able to confirm that people were buying these for like $4, $5 at some point, and then obviously $3 and $2. But the fact that people are already willing to pay that, and now I'm getting it at such a discount, yeah, pretty legit. So I think the rest are transferring now. Felix Meltzer saying, hey, 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 there's nothing else I can say. Hey, hey, never gonna be that way. All right, after this, I can message him back and start to say what's going on. Okay, transaction completed. All right, I'm going to go back to my vault, see how many of them have transferred. And then, yeah, Veve gets Avatar. It was a great time. It said I only own 65, but I think I own more now. Yeah, it still says I only own 65. I'll be like, I can do the rest too, if you'd like. How many did he have originally? He had 167 of these. I wonder if this would mean that I have to buy another $30 thing of his. Because if I do, I have to take a look at what else he has. And I wouldn't be opposed to it, especially getting them for so cheap. I'll keep you posted. Let's go over some of the sales that are going to be that have been on Stacker the last day, and we'll go from there. So the last day you had Last 7 days, you had 18 Akomi logo sales for $20,000, and this is just in the last few days. The floor is still 10 million Omi. Partner statue, there's been 6 the last 7 days that have sold. The floor, I think I have the floor at 9.7 million Omi. So that is mine's. Ah, Scott, my main man. It's been a while. At this point, just holding to see if I get my money back. At this point, with the catalyst to be the all-time high. Now, you aware of the IPO? Yeah. Hopefully he's aware. Let's see the last 30 days. What else has been going on with Veve? In third place is Todd. 53 of them have sold for $15,700. Spider-Man, 8 have sold for $15,600. Veve Gold logo, 4 have sold for $12,600. I have you in my sites. I don't really count because that one of them was sold for like 69 million Omi for a special mint number. 62 Chun-Li's have sold. 13 special alerts have sold. This was the one of the crafts for the movie props for Boba Fett. 4 Michelangelos have sold, those special editions, and 44 Superman. So Superman, despite him not really moving in price, he's one of the most liquid out there. He's in the top 10. You know, like 2 sell every 3 days. So I think that's significant. Obviously, for Todd's, like almost 2 sell every day. So that's even more liquid, and it's a higher price. Now, partner statue. Oh no, I'm sorry. For Superman, 3 sell every 2 days. 3 sell every 2 days. For Todd, 2. I'm sorry. For partner statue, 2 sells every 3 days. There's been 20 that have sold this month in the last 30 days, I should say. And this is the end of February, so we are now. After today, our brains will be snoozing. Today should be mine. After today we're in March. You know, winter's close to being over. Is the crypto winter over? No, I don't think by a long shot. Again, we're in the war season. How does this affect us? How does this affect the rest of the people? I don't know. Have to wait and see. Other comics that I've been buying, not really anything to write home about the past few days. Again, buying these were awesome. There is not another. I bought first appearance Scott Lang as Ant-Man, and then it's also first appearance Cassie Lang. She becomes Stinger, I believe. She's played by Catherine Newton, who I freaking love. So she's pretty great. I'm trying to see if it transferred those X-Men rares, and I don't think they have yet. Well, they should have. I have 2 Strange Tales 110 secret rares. Those are about 180 each. I would like to get more at a lower price. If you have one and are looking to sell, let me know. Yeah, those X-Men rares are now $32 hairs, although you can get it for $29 on Veve. So that's one of those instances where Veve is actually cheaper to get it. Let's do, and Definity's still at a penny, down about 4% on the day, $780 in volume. Should get more. I mean, it's still a penny, right? It's still cheap. When I get my money in February, it's not going to be a ton, but I'll throw 5 figures into crypto. Definity and Omi will be big ones. I don't yet have a Fias position, and I want to get a Fias position, especially it's under $2 million market cap, but so is Definity. But Devve's like almost it's like 4.5. Devve is so freaking low. Or can I find it here? And again, fundamentally, nothing's changed about the company. It's in a good position. The token's just gotten brutalized. I just and I don't want to throw it all in at once because again, with this war, this war in Iran, is it going to take a couple days? Probably. I don't know what the. I don't know what the long-term ramifications. I wish they would have got him. I wish they would have got the leader, and they haven't yet. Can they still? Yeah, I'd say so. Also, Tammy Hanna was supposed to come on tonight, but she had her birthday party yesterday. Her birthday was 2 days ago. But Tammy likes to go hard on some partying, and she hasn't texted me back yet. So she's probably doing a snooze, right? She's probably doing a sleep. Ugh. We shall see where she's at. Let's take a look at Fias real quick. Fias, $2 million market cap. It's up 5% today. Okay, $2 million market cap. Not bad. Not bad. But yeah, I don't have a Fias position. So to DCA and a bunch of these other ones, or to get, and I'll throw a couple grand in there, but I don't know. I don't want to do that. And then Bitcoin, but I mean, with all this Iran stuff, Bitcoin is, three in the morning, we went down. We went way down, and now we're back up. Is war good for the markets? Like, I mean, I guess the markets don't like uncertainty. So when things were certain, at least you could predict it. I don't know. I mean, if war with Iran didn't take us down, to 50K, are we ever going to go to 50K? Like, I wish we would just do the dump, so this way we can recover. Like, there's been no alt season for 4+ years. Yeah, this is like, I'm very, how long can alt stay suppressed for? Like, when that band snaps back, that's going to be violent market melt up. And again, you even have like Michael Saylor's company. It's the most shorted stock on Wall Street right now, and it's a $40 billion market cap. Like there's more. The stock is currently worth less than the Bitcoin that it holds, and that doesn't make sense. So I do want to buy it, because that should snap back as well. MSTR, it's 129. I missed it. It got down to like 109 at one point. It's like, crap. Would have been nice to buy down there, but I didn't. That might be one of the things that Dacat might buy. Like, they might have some MicroStrategy shares. I mean, we have Dacat, obviously. We have Omi. We have Devve. We don't have Definity yet. Might get that at some point. I don't think the token's done. Yeah, it's like no volume the last day. And 650K market cap, 195K in liquidity. It's really only going to go up as ETH goes up. Like, they could have buys all they want. If ETH goes down, like, it's going down, because there's just so much ETH in that. When you're paired with ETH, that's what happens. Israel just said Khomeini's dead. Iran's foreign prime minister says he can't confirm the supreme leader is alive or not. Not a single statement from him after the U.S. attack, even though he was supposed to speak an hour ago. Netanyahu confirmed Supreme Leader Khomeini was literally killed in today's strikes on the Tehran compound. Scheduled to deliver a speech an hour ago, but has made no public appearance so far. Compound was hit by 30 missiles. Big if true. Talking about it now live. Should we listen into Mario Nawfal? Because he's definitely got the... Oh. We might be.
To do if there's a force on the ground. There isn't. And so that's where this seems so backwards to people, right? This is where it seems so backwards to people that how are you supposed to do that without organized resistance on the ground? It usually goes the other way, right? Where there's an internal fighting, and then the U.S. comes in, kills a bunch of leadership, and then it all folds and cracks. Not you strike at something, and then something happens. We're putting the cart before the horse, but I just saw the title say that Kamani is dead, so I think that we're going to probably talk about that for a while. If I might just
go ahead, Aaron. I was just about to ask you.
Sure. I think that let's not underestimate what resistance there is on the ground. I think that it's very. I mean, we've been seeing stuff. We know that there's been small interruptions. There's been, of course, the massive protest, but we don't really know the form.
Okay, hold on. I have to figure out this. The rest for now. Is anything else you're looking for, though? Ah, he's going to hold the rest for now. Damn. I don't think there's anything else he has that I would want. How many New Mutants annual number 2s do you have? Oh man, he's gonna hold on to the rest of my Strange Tales 111. No. I wanna become a top holder, and he's not letting me. He's not letting me be great. Oh, I need another iced tea. No, I don't. No, I don't. That is fat. That is sugar. And I don't need it. I don't need it. Okay, so I have 81 of those now. Does that make me a top holder? It does not. El Patinetto is a top holder at 114. And I am not one. I am at I'm only at 81. But New Mutants annual, that's oh, it's $1.25 over on Veve. I don't know how many of those he has. I'm going to take a look at. Let's go. Well, let's see how Omi is actually doing today. Because again, Omi was down this morning at 000115. I was able to get a bid at 118 on the guy, the majority down to 415 left. So gotcha. Disregard. Damn, other people are buying too. I'm good for now. Let me know what I need to do to grab the other Strange Tales 111 comics. No, it's actually up on the day. What? Attack and I ran and we're up 2%. Copy. Let me take this photo. It's not a photo. It's a text. It's a link that I have to text message. Might have done it again. Oh, that'd be so great if this leader was freaking taken out. Israel just killed a ballistic missile in space. That's a 3-arrow system. That's dope. Israel pauses gas exports to Egypt. The middle of the U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran. Is Israel temporarily stops sending natural gas to Egypt? A halt protects domestic supply and infrastructure amid rising tensions. Short-term gain on Egypt's grid is possible, but alternative sources should prevent blackouts. Trump is literally like amassing these things like they're infinity stones. Right before the U.S. hit Iran, Trump was at Mar-a-Lago fundraiser, dancing to God Bless the USA. Then he wrapped it up with, we got to go to work. I got to go to work. Gengar! What is that? How'd you make that? How did you make that? FBI boosts counterterror alert during Iran tensions. Kash Patel has counterterrorism teams on high alert as U.S. operations against Iran continue. Joint terrorism attack forces nationwide are watching priority suspects using sources and reviewing intel to prevent threats. Focaccia. There's a place in Long Island called La Focaccia, and they have the best chicken bacon ranch pizza I've ever had, and I get it everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, bitches always know that Charlie Cena's got a weenie that he loves to show, bitch. Oh my god. And send that. Another friend got it for his B-Day. Oh, I'm so jealous. Got it for his B-Day. Okay. Commentator Michael Knowles on Trump. If this works and the U.S. ousts the Ayatollah, it could be the biggest foreign policy win by any president since the Cold War. Foster Hill saying congrats to Scott Colantonio that has crossed the 100 million Comey mark with the sale of a secret rare Comey logo. Netanyahu said Khamenei is dead. Minutes later, Iran said Khamenei will no longer give a speech. It's clear to me Iran's supreme leader is dead, says Mario Nawfal. Terrible says no communist nor Muslim should be allowed to hold any public office because they cannot swear allegiance to the Constitution. I don't know about that. I feel like you still can pledge allegiance to or swear allegiance to the Constitution. Bahrain just sounded the sirens across the whole country. Ministry of Interior is telling citizens and residents to stay calm and to get to the nearest safe place right now. Sirens been sounded. Citizens and residents are urged to remain calm and head to the nearest. Okay. Legend, censors. Okay, so that's the. I'll keep you guys updated on the Israeli situation as we go further. But for now, I'm going to hunt some other comics, even though I don't need to, even though I really want to. Hang on, stuck here. Even though I really want to save for Avatar: The Last Airbender. How much are you willing to throw out there for Avatar? I mean, 1,000 on the 2005 mint, but if I don't get it, then 1955 for the, because they're keeping 50, right? 2005 they keep 50. Figure about $78,000 worth, give or take. I would have. You're probably going to mint out at least half. So it might make 39,000, maybe 40K, especially if there's a high enough bounty. My bounty is probably not going to be the only one. There's probably going to be a big bounty. I am not, because it seems like it's in like the 1800s, because they have steam engines, they have like steam stuff, but there's really no technology. Like the time you get to technology where it looks like it's in like the 20s, like the roaring 20s, is like 80 years later when you're at Legend of Korra. It's like, okay, that's interesting. You have radio, you have all this stuff, but you didn't have that in Avatar. So it might take place, if it were on Earth, in like the 1800s, maybe. But again, it's not on Earth, obviously. It's its own place. So I can't think of any particular numbers that would be. I mean, 2009 would be when it ended, I think. I don't. You might find like the creators' birthdays. They were in the 1900s. Yeah, I don't think this would be a numbers game. Like, yeah, this meant number. I don't think it's going to be that. Maybe like the number to like Uncle's Tea Shop or something. We'll see. Cabbage Corp. Oh, we should get the cabbage one too. Long story short, this guy gets his cabbage cart wrecked like multiple times throughout the series, and then they have a cabbage corporation that's like a big thing, like in Legend of Korra. Anyway, I'm gonna bounce. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm, or Al Gore's rhythm, and everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I have stuff to do. Never mind.